Welcome to this deep psychological analysis where we're going to break down exactly why over-pursuing someone can completely ruin attraction. It's a fascinating framework, and it suggests a pretty bitter truth about human relationship dynamics. It's actually a shift in your energy, specifically stepping back, that creates true magnetism. If you've ever wondered why someone seems to pull away the harder you try, well, you're in the right place. We are going to map out the exact psychology behind it.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to start with the trap of chasing, then explore the psychology of distance. Next up is ego versus genuine love, and we'll wrap it all up with the winning Stoic mindset. It's a real journey from emotional dependency to absolute self-reliance. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The Trap of Chasing. Okay, let's dive into this.
Giving someone your entire identity, all your time, and your undivided attention directly causes you to lose your value in their eyes. So, you gotta ask, why does chasing actually kill desire? Well, attraction is totally instinctual. It's not logical at all. You literally cannot logic someone into desiring you with endless gifts, constant texts, or just sheer effort. The more you chase, the faster their interest dies, because you're removing all the mystery. Desire absolutely needs tension. It needs a little bit of uncertainty, a bit of a challenge to survive. When you're just always there, always waiting, and completely predictable, that tension just evaporates. Look at these stark contrasts here between a desperate pursuer and a high-value man. The pursuer is the guy sending those massive, long paragraphs. He's always available, literally dropping his entire schedule just to reply instantly. But on the flip side, the high-value man prioritizes his own goals, his work, his own life. Think about it. If you hand your attention over on a silver platter with absolutely zero effort required on their part, human nature dictates that its value drops to zero. You completely stop being a prize to be won, and instead, you kind of just become an obligation. I love this quote from the source material. The lion doesn't beg the deer to come closer. This jungle analogy is just brilliant because it illustrates how true power, patience, and presence naturally inspire respect. Think about a lion. It commands the space it's in by simply existing with this quiet strength. In contrast, begging, pleading, and chasing, that only communicates weakness. It's a fact that people are instinctively drawn to someone who demonstrates they don't need them to survive, someone who walks with their own strength and purpose.
Section 2. The Psychology of Distance. Now, we're going to map out exactly what happens in a woman's mind when a man suddenly stops chasing.
Let's walk through this step-by-step psychological phase shift because it happens in 4 distinct steps. First, because you were always there, she takes you for granted. That's just human nature. But then, step 2 hits. You step back, and she notices the silence. Your sudden absence totally breaks the pattern she was used to. Step 3 is where the magic happens. Curiosity and confusion set in. She starts wondering, wait, why did things change? Did he find someone else? That comfortable predictability is suddenly replaced by anxiety, which eventually leads right to step 4, her reaching out to test the waters. Distance changes the power dynamic instantly. So the crucial point is this. By stepping back, you prove you aren't afraid to lose her. You're not operating out of fear or desperation. And the crazy part? Without saying a single word, you shift the emotional leverage entirely. It's a total reversal of the dynamic, where she previously held all the cards simply because she knew you were waiting on her every move. Whoever cares less controls the dynamic. Now, the analysis presents this as a pretty harsh reality. Relationships and attraction aren't always just about who loves more, they're often dictated by who holds the emotional leverage. The person who's constantly texting, always available, and visibly caring more, they actually surrender all their power. When you pull back, you reclaim that power. You're making the other person realize right then and there that you are not unconditionally bound to their approval. Section 3. Ego versus genuine love. Let's look at the psychological trap of what happens when she finally reaches out. Now, what's really interesting about this next point is this major psychological trap you have to watch out for. When you get that random "I've been thinking about you" text out of absolutely nowhere after months of silence, the analysis suggests it's usually just a test. Her return is often a reaction rooted in a bruised ego rather than actual romantic love. She's realizing she no longer has you as a guaranteed admirer, so she's reaching out just to see if she still controls you and to get a quick hit of validation. You absolutely have to be able to tell the difference here. Signs of genuine love, that's consistency, loyalty, and actual sustained effort. On the flip side, signs of ego are those random texts after months of absence, breadcrumbing, and checking in strictly for control.
If you mistake a simple ego check for true love and you immediately reply and jump right back into chasing mode, you prove her ego right and instantly lose all the respect you just built. Don't fall for it.
Section 4, the winning Stoic mindset. This brings us to our final and absolutely most important section.
This is where we see a true transformational shift, evolving into the Stoic man who moves forward for his own sake. The detached man's focus shifts completely inward. See, stepping back isn't some cheap manipulation tactic just to get someone to text you back. If you approach it that way, it's gonna fail, for sure. True detachment is a genuine redirection of your energy towards self-improvement. You're hitting the gym, you're advancing your career, growing your finances, and chasing your personal goals. You are building a life that you are inherently proud of.
And this brilliantly illustrates what happens next. When a man genuinely detaches and levels up physically, mentally, and financially, the dynamic completely inverts. She sees him out there thriving without her, and according to this framework, she actually begins to panic a little and question her own worth. She starts wondering if she made a massive mistake by letting a good thing go. The power has completely shifted. And why? Because the man found his own self-worth entirely independent of her approval.
You become the chooser. This is a real game changer. Moving on doesn't mean you just forget the past. It means you finally remember your own self-worth. By focusing on your own growth, you elevate yourself from a weak position, waiting to be chosen, hoping for a text, into a position of incredible strength, where you are the one making the choices. You dictate the terms of your own life.
So, what is the ultimate victory here? The core irony is that the true win isn't actually getting her back. The ultimate victory is reaching a stoic state of mind where you have leveled up so much and built such an amazing, fulfilling life that you genuinely no longer care if she comes back or not. You are totally complete on your own. What do you think about that level of absolute detachment? It certainly leaves you wanting to explore the true power of Stoicism even further, doesn't it?